Okay, today we are playing a game on Nepal. We are playing Baguette the entire way through, and there is no SR for today's game because it was a quick play game. We are also on the console today, so consider yourself forewarned. Ooh, both of the things that people don't like. So, this is the first time we've actually seen new Brigitte, because, well, it's a lot less appealing to play new Brigitte, isn't it? So, tragically, we're not allowed to go in and just start spanking people anymore. We are inclined to play more like a bodyguard and actually just support people instead of going in and bruising them instead, which is, I find, a much less engaging way of playing the game, but perhaps is more balanced overall, according to Reddit at least. So, we played quite passively right there. Half their team is dead at this point, so we're allowed to go in and start spanking. And tragically, we can't go in there and just start spanking them. We have to actually play more passively, as much as we would have loved to. Now, Arissa got walled off. Did we actually save Arissa right there? By smacking her with that one? No, Hammond saved her, actually. I was like, I thought we bounced her pretty far away. That's because Hammond actually did it. Try not to let the shield break. This is very hard to have to actually do as Brigitte, because you can hold your shield up for approximately 0.7 picoseconds before it's broken. Unfortunately, it's more of a cooldown at this point for shield bash than anything else. I'll try and be less negative about life now. Daddy Jeff just politely but firmly informed us that we were not allowed to play Brigitte like she's a tank anymore. We are meant to play a support instead. So, fight's happening, so we pop rally right now. That's fair enough. We've got our eyes on this Reaper, and we're making it hard for him to get through the door, which is the goal. We're trying to bodyguard our mans. We have successfully blocked Reaper's method of entrance. Method of ingress. There we go. And managed to... We didn't really time it properly with the Mei, but, you know, the idea was there. Now we're looking at a nano-boosted Mei while we're in Blizzard, so it's fairly safe to say we're pretty fucked. Yeah. The best you can try and do is shield bash out, but we weren't getting out of that one. So anyway, we successfully bullied Reaper up until that point, which was the goal of what we're trying to do as Brigitte. We're meant to bodyguard our teammates at this point and make it hard for flankers to get in, which was always the goal of Brigitte, to be fair. It's just you could usually also go in with the tanks and start spanking like you're a third tank. Not so much anymore. So we're not just like flinging ourselves into the bad men, which is good. We just heard their toe start using his ultimate, which is why we suddenly shield bashed off of the point, by the way. Managed to get in, stun the Mei. Good times. We've almost got rally built up again. We really don't want to die as a result. You know, we didn't die. Now we get to use rally. There's a Doomfist on the enemy team now, so we have to try and stun Doomfist. We shield bashed for just trying to get Doomfist, just kind of like hoping Doomfist lands in front of us, I guess. You gotta be, like, pretty calm when you're trying to stun Doomfist as Brigitte, because he spends a fair chunk of time in the air, so you've got to actually, like, wait until he lands. Now, the convenient thing about Doomfist is sooner or later he's gonna stand to start charging his fist, and that's pretty much the ideal time to try and stun him. We didn't have our shield bash for him right there. Wouldn't have mattered for right here, but what did we use it for? Tried to stun toes, but got kind of like fucked up because the barrier was in the way as we got pulled back. Life is hard like that. Yeah, so when you're playing against Doomfist, you've basically just got to be like really patient with how you use shield bash, because once you fuck it up, it's all over. You're probably going to die to Doomfist at that point. But if you've got shield bash and you can... The main goal is to stun him out of the punch, because if you can stun him out of that, then he's pretty much dead. That's what they use to escape with, right? And so they usually go for the slam, the slam uppercut and then try to punch out. And ideally you get them when they slam in, because then you can hopefully stop him from uppercutting the man he's going for, or out of the punch when he's trying to get away. It's usually easier to get them when they're charging their punch to get away. Cool thing about the Doomfist punch is if he's charging right towards you, you can shield bash him, and you'll just, like, bounce off of each other and get stunned. Because the cool thing about Shield Bash is it works like countercharging stuff. So, it works even if you're a little late to stun the guy. Usually. The game gets a little, inconsistent sometimes, but, you know, it's generally pretty good about it. Tried to get him, he used Meteor Strike. Such is life. Fortunately, you can block Doomfist landing, something that a surprising amount of people don't seem to know. If you have a shield and you point it towards the center of the landing on Doomfist, you'll block the damage off of Meteor Strike. So we did stun him out of the punch right there, so we probably saved someone's life. Seeing as he was using it to keep going in, rather than back out again. Now they've got a Hammond spinning around as well, we missed him right there. You know, we tried to get him, like, on the soonest possible rotation. You know, sometimes you just gotta give it an extra rotation to make sure you line it up properly. So right here, I don't really want to whip shot Anna away right now, because we're in a position where we could just go up and start spanking her, because she's completely alone. We have Shield Bash right now. So we can walk up to her right now, slap, Shield Bash, slap, slap, and then, depending on how low she is at that point, we can try and finish her off with whip shot. Instead, we whip her back, then keep going after her, and now, you know, we're just trying to play keep away, back up into a mine. You know, such is life. Sometimes you back up into a mine. Hammond's ult has a tendency to get people like that. They just sort of forget that they're there, usually, or, basically every time we stream, I play with someone that plays Hammond a lot, and, I find myself being disappointed in new ways constantly with how people act around Minefield. I've seen Reinhardt's just like, I can charge through that, no big deal. I've seen other Hammonds just, like, spin their whole way through the minefield only to get instantly atomized as basically the weight of a thermonuclear bomb goes off in their face. And I've seen Doomfist players just like, if you punch fast enough, the explosions can't catch you. It's incredible the things that people do when they're around a minefield. We just backed up into it. Yeah, sometimes you back up into a mine. So we're trying to get in. Unfortunately, we can't really do what we're doing right there, because we can't just, like, walk at people with our shield up anymore. The unfortunate thing about our tanks being Hammond Roadhog doesn't really work very well for us as Brigitte, because, you know, it makes it hard for us to actually, like, advance in. Because we got two basic things that we're doing as Brigitte. We're either, like, up with the front line, sort of blocking them from people like Reaper and Doomfist, who like to bully around tanks as well, or we're sitting with the back line. Now, unfortunately, our front line are not really people that are going to help us much as Brigitte, and our back line, well, it's Mercy. She's not really with us. It's like, she's not really just sitting around getting bullied, she's bouncing between, like, the Hammond and the Widowmaker, which leaves us in this sort of, like, well, guess I'm just gonna kind of walk at them once the fight starts and hope for the best, really. So, yeah, we missed a few shield bashes that round that we shouldn't have really missed. That was, like, most of it, to be honest with you. Because we, like, missed Doomfist a few times, a couple times just hoping it happened. We missed, Hammond while he was spinning around. Yeah, it's kind of aim better, but, like, that's most of it, you know. I don't really like doing that with the armor pack too much, where we just, like, throw it at people, like, way in advance. Just because, like, Ryan's so far away from anything happening at that point still. But, I mean, at the same time, you want the cooldown ticking. Generally speaking, anything that builds up charges, like this, or, Blink, you don't really want to sit at full charges very much, because the cooldown's just not doing anything. You want to use it as fast as you can so the cooldown starts ticking immediately again, and then, you know, you're getting more efficiency out of it, basically. Rather than just sitting around with full charges. So I'm not, like, too bothered about it, but, you know, if the guy's, like, a mile away from the fight, I'm always a little, like, meh. Then the armor lasts a really long time as well, so, yeah. So here's Orisa just kind of like walking in by herself. I don't want to use Shield Bash on her at all, really, just because I know that there's a Doomfist bouncing around right now. So we need to be, like, really careful how we use our Shield Bash, because now we can't Shield Bash Doomfist, and we can't Shield Bash Hammond either. Both of whom we would much rather Shield Bash than Orisa. Yeah, as we can see, it's not really mattered too much. They're still here. Toes currently would really appreciate an armor pack, I'm pretty sure, given that he's being harassed by a Mei that's behind us, but we're currently focusing on the Hammond. Hammond fucking went on us, didn't he? Holy shit, he's just like, whoa, hold on, like, he's still coming out of ball form. The second we get frozen, like, whoa, hold on, are we bullying Brigitte over here? Shit, I want parts of that, god damn. Oh shit, I'm coming over. It looks like it's going at, like, a faster speed, the way he scuttled up. My goodness, he's mad. Fuck Brigitte. Anyway, so, yeah. Mei was behind us. At that point, like, we're trying to stun the Hammond, obviously, but, like, at that point, the Mei's bigger concern than Hammond, because Hammond's like, you know, he's bouncing around, he's playing Hammond, he's being fucking annoying and all that shit, but the Mei, who is freezing Toes and us as well, so shortly thereafter, is a more pressing concern than Hammond is, because the most Hammond does is, like, he maybe pushes someone off the map, but based off the way he was spinning, it would have been pretty hard to have that happen. I'd rather be focusing on the Mei once we realized she was there, because she's a much more immediate threat than Hammond is in that situation. So anyway, we're losing that checkpoint now. Whatever. Not the end of the world. The cool thing about playing Widow with a Brigitte is sometimes the Brigitte puts the armor on you, and then it makes it a lot easier to fight the other Widowmaker, you know? So we're after this boy. We really, like, I don't want to do this, mostly because of this exact situation right now. But we're, like, running after the Hammond, who there's no real guarantee we get. That would have been a good time to try and whipshot her off the map. It would have been unlikely to work, but, like, right there. Because she might bonk the railing and not actually go anywhere. But if she collides with, like, the upper part of the railing, she's going to bounce straight off the edge. So that would have been... Oh, wait, we didn't have whip shot! Oh, no, what a disaster. Just look down at the cooldown. We used it right there. We got it, like, not even a full second. Like, half a second left on the cooldown. Damn, tragic. Never mind. Disregard. How sad. You know, no guarantee it would have worked regardless. That didn't hit us? Doomfist didn't hit us? It looked like he was gonna hit us. Oh, it was a mess, real fat, like, turned into a real mess in here, didn't it? It looked like that should have hit us, but it didn't, so, you know, whatever, that's good. Who did we stun? Who did we stun? Mei, okay. No, we did get Doomfist. Hold on, slow it down. Slow everything down. Doomfist landed in front of us right before we hit Mei. Okay, alright. I mean, both of these people are fine to stun. I was just like, I was mostly just like, what a mess. Who the fuck did we actually stun? Jesus Christ. I think we're winning. Yeah, we're winning. Great. Fantastic. That was a mess. Which is honestly usually the kind of situation Brigitte ends up doing best in, because in that kind of clusterfuck, people are less likely to be focusing you. You're spanking a lot of people. You're probably healing a lot of people as well. And hey, you're gonna stun somebody. You know, it usually ends up okay for Brigitte. So, Doomfist's up to no good. So what I want to do here, just based off the way that Doomfist has walked, is he might now go outside and try to jump across the gap. So I want to go over to the right now, just in case he does, because if he does, we can stun him when he arrives on our side and push him off. He'll have used most of his movement to get across the gap. He'll have probably used all of his movement to get across the gap. So then we can just push him off the edge. No big deal. No guarantee he's going that way, but he did, like, start walking that way and visibly turn in that direction. And he wasn't damaged, so he's probably not going for the health kit. And we might just get a free kill on him. As we can see, he didn't go that way. But it's one of those things, based off how he was walking, he might have decided to do that, and we might have gotten a kill on him if he did. So, anyway, now we've come over here, and we've started fighting May. We've been punched out of the immortality field, which was sad, but we didn't die still, so that's very nice. Dying, sad. Living, not sad. This is pretty much, like, the worst thing we could currently be staring at. 2 people we want to stun. Nobody here to help us, and we've only got 1 stun. So more or less, I just don't want to be involved in this situation any longer at this point, because I can see that my teammate's still fighting on the point. It doesn't look like it's going very well for them, and I just heard Hammond use his ult as well, so they're probably not going to come and help us anytime soon. So I'd rather go over there and try to consolidate with our team, which basically just means hobble over this way, maybe shield bash to get over there quicker before May can actually close the gap on us. And then as soon as they come around the corner, we can bop them back again. I just don't want to get involved in this kind of scuffle anymore, because I know that we're going to be in this scuffle alone, or more or less alone. Baptiste was entertaining, helping us at least. And it's 2 big boys. Like, we'll never kill a May and a Doomfist by ourselves. Either one of them, like, alone we wouldn't kill. Both together with a Mercy, never gonna happen. Best try and call the whole thing off. Now, they might get us regardless, but better chance than us being alone. So, anyway. This round has been, like, a real clusterfuck, to be honest. Like, it's been a real clusterfuck of a round. Our team is a little bit more convenient to be playing with Brigitte at this point, because now we've got, like, a front line we can walk in with and try to, like... Because, like, May and Doomfist are going to try and bully the tankers around as well, so we can be up with them if we think they're going to go for them. We can stun them, push them away from the tanks, you know, and then the tanks won't have to go and cry on Reddit about how May and Reaper are too overpowered. Or we can go and help the backline, depending on who's currently getting bullied at the time, you know. Basically, Brigitte doesn't work super well with a dive comp, she's too slow to keep up with them, and no one really needs bodyguarding, which is the whole point of Brigitte at this point. You can't go in and, like, skirmish with people anymore, you're bodyguarding people. Sometimes you get to go in and skirmish with people, you know. Someone, not that long ago in fact, I was like, playing it up a little bit for comic effect, but basically going like, Brigitte's bad at doing a lot of stuff right now. And this dude was like, I've seen top 500 Brigitte players contest snipers. What do you mean they can't do anything against long-range teams? And I'm like, my man, good for those top 500 players who can contest the snipers on Brigitte. Are you a top 500 player? No, you're not, are you? You're not going to contest any snipers on Brigitte, are you? No, you're not. You'd try and walk towards the sniper, get your head taken off, and then wonder how the fuck he did it, wouldn't you? So, you know, no. Sometimes you get to go and skirmish and contest snipers if you're really good at Brigitte, but most of us are not that player. We're gonna be sat bodyguarding people a lot of the time. People have said some pretty legendary things to me. One of my favorite interactions ever, just... absolutely, it was two interactions going to attach together because they paint an amazing story. So there was this boy on the Discord server, right? And I had at one point said this, where I was like, sometimes it's worth using Earthshatter and Graviton together because you're just layering CC on top of each other. You know, they're grouped up, they're gonna get Earthshattered. Now you kill them. Bam. It's a combo. And my man came at me like, why the fuck would you ever do that? Like, blah, 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 blah. It wasn't actually that bad. I'm playing it up a bit again, but like, blah, 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 why would you ever do that? Then, like a week later, I said, you don't want to ever use Tac Visor with Graviton because they're not moving. What's the point in using it with them? You don't need the aim at this point. And my man appears again and says, there's no reason to do any. This is not a joke. He was not joking. It's sometimes worth using Tac Visor with Graviton, because Soldier reloads faster while he's using Tac Visor. So it's okay to combo that with Graviton sometimes. Yeah. It was really good. I really liked that one. Basically, you know, it doesn't matter what you'd say. Someone's always going to appear and go, what about this 0.1% likelihood of appearing situation, and if I also happen to be one of the best players in the world? You're in bronze, aren't you? Maybe don't get too excited about that one right now. Anyway, I like to complain sometimes, you know. I've seen some very legendary... That was easily one of my favorite things, though. Combo attack vibes with Graviton so you can reload faster. Like, shit, dude. He's too smart for me. Anyway, Hammond's up to no good right now. Could we have actually, like, got this guy? He's like, you know, we did miss a line like this whip shot right now, so, like, don't push him off the point, we push him, like, over there. So, you know, we missed the whip shot on that one. Unfortunate, you know. Ideally, we take, like, a little step to the left, and then we could have pushed him off the edge. No, he didn't really come back down again before the rest of the team actually reappeared, unfortunately. So, bullying those boys over there would be nice, but I'm still more concerned with trying to get Hammond off at this point. The thing is that if we push Hammond into the pit, we might do better than killing him, right? Because, stay with me on this one. What do Hammond players do when they get pushed off? They grapple to the wall, regardless of if they are able to get back up again from the position they're on. Most commonly seen on Lijiang Tower, Garden, under the bridges. You've seen it. You've seen the Hammonds stuck under the bridge. Or Icon Vault, second checkpoint. You've seen the Hammonds stuck under the bridge. If we push this guy off the edge, he might grapple onto it, and then be in a position where it would take him longer to get up than if he just killed himself. So we might end up trapping him down there until the heat death of the universe. So I'm more concerned with doing that than trying to bully, like, the supports who can back up and, you know, ideally never actually come into range for us. So May's behind us right now. I'm not sure we've noticed. May is behind us. May currently my most pressing concern. But she's, like, in the room behind us. We didn't seem to notice. Oh, no, C9. Oh, God. We died. We didn't C9. So that's good for us. But the rest of the team, not so lucky. That highlight intro's a lot less good when you can't see Toes' face. Yeah, he would get play of the game off of this one. He's lucky. He can't even see one of the people that he caught in that. Someone right walked in on the left side. Anna, like, he's got no clue he got Anna in that one. He's like, oh shit, I got her. Nice, good job, me. Planned, obviously. So, I mean, basically what stood out the most is, like, we missed a lot of shield bashes, and we weren't, like, we weren't really thinking about how we were using it a few times. We were just, like, throwing it out, like, hoping it hit somebody pretty much, or without really thinking about who we're getting with it. It's, like, a decently long cooldown, and at this point, like, a bunch of random shit can block it, because if there's barriers in the way, you aren't hitting shit anymore. I hate that so much. Like, I feel like Brigitte has been massively over-nerfed, but the thing that I begrudge the most is unable to shield bash through shields. Mostly just because... Why are we okay with Doomfist being able to punch people through the shields, but we're not okay with Brigitte being able to stun people through shields? The stun is generally less bad from Brigitte than if you get punched by Doomfist, but that's the one we've complained about, not the Doomfist. So that's mostly why that one upsets me the most, but, like, goddamn. Anyway, yeah, so you've got to be, like, kind of deliberate with the cooldown, because especially when we're playing against people like Reaper, Doomfist, May, flankers, you know, in general. May's not a flanker, you get the idea. Gotta be careful with how we use it, because we need it to stop those people from killing people, right? And then when those people appear, like the flankers and the Doomfist, we've got to be, like, deliberate with how we try to stop them, because the Doomfist, he moves around a lot. And usually people are inclined to just try and stun him as soon as they possibly can. But usually you have to take a little bit of time to actually line it up. Especially if he's done the uppercut, you need to actually wait for him to come back down again. Which takes longer than you're expecting it to, because he kind of like hovers at the top of the uppercut for a little while. He doesn't go whoop whoop straight back down again. Unless you can see him coming. The first round we did a good job of bodying that Reaper. Like that Reaper, we held him down for a really long... Well, we didn't hold him down. We held him out. We put our hand up to him and said, "No, sir, I need to see some ID." And didn't let him in for a long time. That was really good. After that, we did a significantly less good job of bullying around the flankers and divers. Because Doomfist... we didn't really intervene with that much. Like, he more or less had, like, free reign. We stunned him a couple of times, but the rest of the time he just kind of did whatever. We didn't really prioritize Mei very much over the course of that, either. And Mei ended up getting a lot of free reign as well. So, it's like target prioritization and, like, being too frivolous with how we used Shield Bash was mostly it. So, there you go. Team Comp first round didn't help out too much either, but, you know, we've got no control over that one, tragically. As much as we wish we could control other people, we can't. Yeah, sadly, can't really go in and just start brawling with people as Brigitte anymore. You gotta, like, bodyguard people. Ugh. Plays really well with Anna as a result, though. And well, can't really play Brigitte with Zen. Anna and Zen are, like, the two most want to be bodyguarded the most supports, but you can't really play Brigitte with Zen. Not enough healing. It's sad, really, because Brigitte actually puts out, like, a surprisingly high amount of healing, but it's not consistent enough to be able to actually play her as a main healer, because she's got the most conditional requirements for heal possible, so it's sad. Like, if there's a Brigitte on the team, she usually ends up with gold healing, or frequently anyway, unless she's playing with, like, a Moira. If she's playing with, like, an Anna, she usually out-heals the Anna. But when you have to actually be able to smack someone to heal, it ends up being a little bit too inconsistent. But part of that's also being good with not Shield Bash, Whip Shot, so you can actually proc it reliably. But whatever. Anyway, a big tangent. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 8 p.m. EST till midnight EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future. And I hope you found the video helpful.